Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining Akana and the importance of knowing your blood type, the 5 steps to generational health. My name is Kayaetta Cooks. I'll be your presenter for this evening, and I am a certified wellness coach with Akana. And Akana, it means in the hands of God. And so for the next 30 or so minutes, you will be in the hands of God as we share some very transformational information. You may have heard something like this. You may have heard it, but not quite like this. You may not have ever even heard it at all. What I encourage you to do is to get you a pen, paper, get your phones ready so you can take snapshots or screenshots, however you prefer to do it. And then what I want to ask is that I know you came on maybe because someone just invited you on. Maybe you know a little bit about the call and you're like, I need to hear this for myself. But we want you to also, we want to challenge you by thinking about people who you know, love, and care about that may need to hear this information as well. And as I go through some of the crises that we're ignoring and some of the reasons, key reasons why, if that person comes to mind, I want you to write their name down. Why? Because we have these transformational calls every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We also have an in-person experience with the Wednesday Wellness Lounge right at our headquarters at 411 East 35th Street. We also have this call again on Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then on Saturday at 10 a.m. And so, if there's anyone that is laid upon your heart as you hear this information, please, please write their names down so that you can invite them back to this call. All right, so let's get into it. There's been some health crises that have been growing as an epidemic, and we're ignoring them. What are those health crises? We're talking about heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and a shortened life. And when we're looking at heart disease, it's the leading cause of death globally, often related to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and a poor lifestyle. And when you look at cancer, cancer is falling right behind heart disease, with claiming almost 600,000 or more deaths annually. And we're talking about diabetes. You know, diabetes is a growing epidemic. In fact, they've even said that we have given birth to the first generation that most likely will not outlive their parents because they are being born, coming into this world with diabetes. And when we're talking about a shortened life, well, that could be a variety of things, right? Stress, depression, anxiety, a violent environment, just how many people do we know whose life was just taken also too short, right? And so there we're going to dig a little bit deeper into the some of the causes of those crises. But one cause we definitely cannot ignore. We're hearing it being talked about now on news stations and in newspapers and on podcasts, and that's going to be our food. See, our CEO Melissa Boston has coined this phrase, this problem in the US as chewicide. Why? Because we're digging our graves with our fork. And when you think about the original diet, that original diet, right? Um, we're talking about organic fruits and vegetables. We were picking them off of the tree, pulling them out of the ground, Earth's most precious prize, right? And what has happened over a period of time is that integrity and character has been compromised to meet the demands of our consumers that eat meat and other kind of dietary needs, right? And so diet has now become one that has clogged arteries, has trans fat, all in the food, all kind of toxins causing inflammation because we are time stricken. We don't have enough time. We're out working. Whatever the reason is, we have found that our new diet has caused all kinds of issues, including. Okay. Sorry about that. I am temporarily on another device that kicked me out. It's like there's connection problems. So I am going to keep going on another device until it lets me back in on that device. So my apologies for the inconvenience, but we'll keep going. So when we're talking about the styling, oh, there we go. All right, let me back in. Okay, reshare. All right, so where were we? We were back to the silent killer. So, about 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent and the damage is done, but the person is not aware of it. And if you can hear me, place in the chat that you can hear me, because I definitely want to make sure you don't miss this. Now, when we're talking about heart disease, when we're talking about heart disease, um, an alarming number of our 14 to 19-year-olds are showing as much as 40% blocked arteries. 40% blocked arteries. I don't know about you, but that's a huge problem, right? That's a huge problem. And I want to ask you a question. Do you know the significance of age 45 for African Americans? It's going to be dangerous atherosclerosis levels, right? Dangerous levels of atherosclerosis. So, what do I mean by that? You are 2 times more likely to die from heart disease. Now, how does that happen? Well, you think about when we're born into this world, we should have clean cut, beautiful arteries where there's no plaque. There's no restriction. The walls are thin. The outer wall and the endothelium wall are thin. And so that means that blood and oxygen can roam to and fro, right, without any issues. Well, whether it's based on our lifestyle, whether it's our eating habits over a period of time, what happens is plaque begins to build up and optimal becomes borderline. Borderline becomes high. And before you know it, you have a completely blocked artery. We're talking about dangerous levels of atherosclerosis. And what happens is that now you're at risk and most likely to have an aneurysm or a heart attack. So yes, by the time we're 45 in our community, we're finding out that we're 2 times more likely to die from heart disease. Now, when that information came to our CEO and our medical advisory board, they felt like they had to do something. So they came together with an amazing vision that I resonated with when I heard it. It's this. Our vision is a world where everyone has access to the nutrition and the resources they need to thrive, creating healthier, more resilient communities. And through personalized wellness for your blood type, we're breaking cycles. I'm sorry, you have here echo. You're breaking cycles of disease and poverty, empowering families to build a legacy of health and prosperity for generations to come. So we talked about the health crisis. Let's talk about why. Why? Here is 5 key reasons why these problems impact our communities. Number one is going to be the lack of understanding blood types. Now, I love to check who's in the love to talk about being in the room. So I want to check to see who's in. If you're a blood type A, blood type B, blood type AB, or blood type O, why don't you place it in the chat? Let's types are showing up and represented. Now, while those that know their blood type get their bragging rights, well, I want to talk about the lack of understanding blood type. Number one key reason for cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. So, because of that, Alcana is committed to helping 1 million families learn their blood type. So there are 4 blood types. Whether you're A, B, O, or AB, we want you to know that it's a powerful genetic fingerprint that identifies you as surely as your DNA. Can you believe that? Right? And so let's dig a little deeper. My blood type A's, right? The agrarians, right? Nature's vegetarians, prone to digestive and heart issues, and red meats, shrimp, crab, lobster, and dairy can be especially harmful for our blood ways. And guess what? They are naturally creative and inventive, and they require peace and harmony. You can always tell when a blood type A is somewhere in the mix, right? And then we have the amazing blood type Bs, where they were originally barbaric, and then they've migrated more so into a balanced type. Of existence, right? So they thrive on a diverse diet, right? But chicken, shrimp, crab, and lobster can disrupt their health. Now they have a more balanced immune and digestive system, and they are resilient these, but they tend to suffer from autoimmune diseases, IBSs, and other issues. And if you're a blood type O, the oldest blood type, the most ancient blood type, the majority of the blood types, right? They thrive on a high experience, though, more ulcers, arthritis, and thyroid issues. And if you're blood type AB, myself, you are complex and modern, the rarest blood type, a blending traits of blood type A and blood type B. So, fortunately, we must balance the dietary restrictions of both types for optimal health. Now, you might be thinking, some of that stuff sounded familiar to me in regards to health issues, but I don't know why. Guess what? You want to make sure that you find out. So make sure you let the person who invited you on this call or sent you this recording, let them know. I don't know my blood type and I need to know. And here's why. See, your blood type is the key to unlocking your body's nutritional blueprint. So your blood type is the single most important determinant in how your body interacts with the food you eat. And if those foods will cause 3 things: inflammation, digestive problems, and or weight gain. See, there's the young lady on the left. She looks so slick because she's eating according to her blood type, and her digestive system is thing and allowing do what it was created to do. Now, our friend Bob on the end can clearly see that he has some health issues going on, right? Because there's inflammation, digestive problems, and weight gain. So could it be All right. Where was this the screen that it was on before it cut out? If somebody can help me.
I
Not
thought it
sure
was
what's
on Bob and the other girl.
okay,
Girl.
Bob. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. So it wasn't out that
Um,
long. So we were talking
that
about.
one.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Queen.
we're ending that one. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so yeah, so Bob, obviously was not eating according to his blood type because clearly he has inflammation, digestive problems, and weight gain. So now you might be saying, well, what's in the food? What's in the food? Well, there's these things called lectins, right? These gremlins, we call them, right? And they're in the food, right? And the beautiful thing about it is that 95% of our body is designed to slough off, kick it out, these lectins, right? Our immune system is designed to protect us from these lectins. But there's at least 5% that finds its way to filter into the bloodstream where they react. And not only react, but they also destroy the red and white blood cells. So when that happens, your immune system becomes compromised. And so it's very important to understand that one person's food is another person's poison. And although this is just a sample list of foods that are considered toxic for the various blood types, we want you to know that there's an extensive list and extensive research. And we just want to thank and pay homage to Dr. Peter J. Diamo and his father for getting this research out in the forefront, right? And so there's a book called Four Blood Types, Four Diets. Eat right for your type. If you have not had the opportunity to bless yourself by reading or listening to that audio, please do so because you're going to learn so much about yourself, right? And so when we look at this chart, we see the A's, tomatoes, bananas, red meat, potatoes and shrimp is toxic to a blood type A. Blood type B, chicken, avocado, black beans, shrimp, and crustaceans like crab and lobster is poison to a blood type B. Blood type O's, we're talking about catfish, avocado, oranges. Yes, oranges. It's toxic. White wine, cashews, and then a blood type AB, it's the balance between those two, A and B, right? I all of those are my favorites. And that I was eating all of those foods. And guess what? I was in a crisis stage when I was introduced to Akana. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. So learn your blood type, absolutely. Why? Because knowing and understanding your blood type gives the power to break cycle of sickness and poverty, and not just within yourself. I'm sorry, sickness and health, um, and not just within yourself, but for generations to come. So please know that the power is in your hands. So think about it. If they give you the wrong blood, it could kill you, right? So think about this. If you eat the wrong food, it could be slowly killing you too. So you might be thinking, this is deep, Kayaetta. What? I don't understand. Why are we just learning that food impacts our blood cells based on blood type? Well, I tell you, if it isn't taught in the medical schools or promoted by Big Pharma, it just isn't promoted, right? It's just not going to be that they share, right? And so when we're talking about profits, it's going to always be big business equals profits over people. So when you're looking at cigarettes, think about it. Highly profitable, highly marketed, you know, but highly deadly, highly linked to cancer, but yet highly profitable. Then trans fats, the shelf life is extensive, super cheap, makes the fats better. But are they telling you that um it's the cause of heart disease and clogged arteries and high cholesterol? What about 5G cell phones or GMOs, genetically modified organisms, or milk? milk does the body good, pass it on. But are they telling you that you're also passing on all kind of sickness and viruses that that very cow, right, or mishandling of the milk may cause all kinds of mucus and inflammation? Are they telling you that is that on the forefront of the cart? Absolutely not, right? And so it's always been big businesses equals profits over people. So you might be saying, well, who else? Who's eating according to their blood type? Well, Japan is. And you know who's not? United States. And there's a direct correlation between the two. In fact, the life expectancy, when they looked at the life expectancy, Japan comes in at number one with the average life expectancy being 85 years old. 85 years old. Now, when you look at the United States, we're talking about it's coming in at 50th place with the average life expectancy of 76. Well, let's bring in into the African American community, and we're talking about the average life expectancy is 72. 72, less than 72 years of age. Now, I don't know about you, but I was on the Akana bandwagon when they said that that's an injustice. That's not right. Shouldn't we have the opportunity to celebrate our centennials, right? Like Japan does? Absolutely. So we want you to know by following the blood type diet, there's been anecdotal evidence that shows millions of people reported positive improvement by adhering to the blood type practices. So you can protect yourself from common viruses and infections and take a stand against life-threatening diseases. You can achieve your ideal weight, slow the aging process down. In fact, reverse aging process. You should see some of the amazing women and men that we have that has joined Akana in our mission, 70 and 80 years old, more fit than a 20 and 30-year-old, eating for their blood type. And so you can cleanse your body of toxins and unhealthy fats. It's not too late for anyone. So that was the importance of knowing your blood type. So the second key reason for the health crisis is going to be dangerous levels of oxidation. See, researchers have finally identified one of the most important contributors to heart disease, wrinkles, cancer, arthritis, and many of the other problems associated with getting older. And so, what's the answer to that? It's going to be antioxidants, right? Antioxidants. See, fruits and vegetables are loaded with plant compounds called phytonutrients, which also have antioxidant abilities. Now, get a load of this. Get a load of this. Some phytonutrients have even been known to disable cancer-causing substances as well. So, what am I saying? We can be proactive instead of reactive, right? And so, when we're looking at the third reason for crisis is omega-3 deficiencies. And when there's a deficiency, let's look at what it causes. Cardiovascular health, where it increases the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and high blood pressure. Cognitive decline, where it increases the risk of depression, anxiety, Alzheimer's, and dementia. And what about chronic inflammation, which accelerates the progression of diabetes, arthritis, cancer, and autoimmune disease? Not to mention your metabolic health contributes to weight gain, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. Guess what? It also contributes to a non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Yes, you can have liver and not drink a day in your life, right? And what happens is if it is prolonged, progress to liver cirrhosis or liver cancer. Lack of omega-3s will compromise the immune function. It weakens the immune function, making the body more susceptible to infections. And bone health, let's not talk about that, right? Increases the risk of osteoporosis, leading to fractures and a higher risk of complications, especially in older adults. And unfortunately, we have become okay with the norm that when you get older, you develop osteoporosis. Well, let's be proactive instead of reactive, right? The lack of omega-3s will cause all three of these things. So I might by now shared something with you that resonated with you or someone you know. I hope you're writing their name down so that they can hear this. Let's get to the fourth key reason for the health crisis. We're talking about an unhealthy gut. Your gut is called your microbiome. So 70% of our immune system is in our gut, right? So gut issues arise when our diet includes improper food choices and lacks sufficient fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics. Are you getting those things in your diet every day? And are you getting enough? Signs of gut issues, digestive issues. You're not going every day. You eat 3 times a day, you need to go 3 times a day, minimum 2. Are you going on a regular basis? Are you skipping days, right? Weakened immune system, getting sick, no matter what it is that you take. Matter of fact, malabsorption, right? Nothing is getting in the body, right? Nutritional deficiencies, inflammation, skin breakouts, mental health challenges, weight management, hormonal imbalances, autoimmune conditions. These things arise because of an unhealthy gut. You can always tell an unhealthy gut because it protrudes. Especially if it's hard at the top, right? Unhealthy gut. The fifth reason is going to be a parasite invasion. Chronic, talking about chronic infections and inflammations. And when parasite invasion happens, it leads to heart disease, diabetes, chronic fatigue, and autoimmune disorders. Parasites have even been found in autopsies. Why? Because parasites are invading our organs, our brain, our lungs, and our liver. And then mental health. Parasites in the brain cause depression, anxiety, and even schizophrenia. Have you been dealing with depression or anxiety? Somebody you know? Do you need a prescription? Or do you need to get rid of parasites? Do you need to cleanse? Now, I gave you 5 reasons, right? And you may have resonated with one or all of them. I'll tell you what needs to happen. Your body needs to be reset. It needs to be brought back into balance. We need to get rid of those parasites. We need to kill them and get them out of your body. Not only that, we need to cleanse your gut. Not only that, if you don't know your blood type and have not been eating for your blood type, you are compromised. So we need to cleanse out your blood cells, right? And then we need to refuel them. That's what needs to happen so that you can get back to living the life you always wanted to live. So let's talk about the solutions. What is the solutions? Well, Akana has come up with 5 steps to generational health. Before I get into this, it's got to get this disclaimer. Our products is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And the information provided herein is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or other healthcare professionals if you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition. Please consult with your healthcare provider before using any nutritional supplements. Individual results may vary. Now, I always like to add my own disclaimer on in here. I don't know if I'll get in trouble or not, but I just want to say this is an amazing company. CEO is amazing. She loves her people and cares about her people. We have an amazing medical advisory board of naturopaths and napropaths and nurses and all qualified and licensed professionals dedicated to making sure that they bring the best organic and natural products to you to help you bring your body balance. So let's get into the solutions. The number one solution is going to be, do you know your blood type? Your blood type is a more reliable measure of your identity. Get a load of this. Than your race, your culture, or geography. It is a genetic blueprint for who you are and a guide to how you can live most healthfully. And then solution number two is going to be to learn what's best for you. You're on TikTok videos, which I consume them. I watch them all, right? But you also need to know what's best for you, right? See, avocado, I was told avocado was good for me until I learned that avocado was poison to me, right? Causing all kind of havoc in my body. So food that heals one can harm another. So your blood type matters. Your food matters. Your health and legacy matters. Now, what you might be asking, well, what does legacy have to do with this? Because guess what? If you prepare food for your family, you probably prepared the same meal for everyone, right? Especially if you didn't know your blood type. Well, what happens is with especially in my family, I'm an AB. My son is a B. All right. My daughter is an AB, right? So I had no clue. My mother could possibly have been an AB. Of course, my mother fed us her diet, right? Her food, right? And we ate shrimp, chicken, lobster, didn't eat red meat or pork. All those foods that she did feed us was poison to us. And so make sure that you know not only what's best for you, but for your family too. So let's get into it. Let's get into option number. See, they say that knowledge is power, but I want to challenge that perspective that applied knowledge is power. See, it's not good enough that you know your blood type. It's not good enough that you know what food is best for you. You also need to take action on the reset, right? So you want to purchase a product that meets your goals because remember I talked about we got to we got to get it out, right? Well, we have some options on the table for you, right? Now, you're not obligated to purchase anything from us, right? But we have some proven solutions that thousands of people have said, hey, this works for me. And I'm definitely one of them, right? Blood type support kit. This kit includes herbal tea, nutrition, and optional testing for all blood types. It is designed to kickstart the cleansing of your colon and your blood. Here's what's in this amazing kit. You got the blood type test kit. You have bitters, which is the herbal tea, the cleanse, detox meal plan just for you. A sample meal replacement shake called the fuel. If you're on this call and you are using the fuel or have used the fuel, go ahead and light it up. Since I can't do it, I'm doing the presentation. I'm telling you, this fuel is amazing. And you're going to get some of that in this kit. You get an individual digital blood type download just for you. And it's only for $59.95. Now, we also have blood kit number two, and that's for those who may already know your blood type. But we're already planting the seed to pay it forward. So we just say, go ahead and get option number one and take advantage of the savings cost, and bless somebody else in your family or friends, and help them learn their blood type. So that's option number one. Now, what I do want to say is we have a special on the table where it's 10% off the entire site. All right. So make sure the person that invited you send their site to you. All right. So you don't miss out. Now, if you're a new customer, guess what? You get to add your additional 10% on there because our CEO is giving an additional 10% for every new person who is purchasing a product with us for the first time. So that's 20%. But get a load of this. If your purchase is over $150, you can add an extra 5% on there. So you have the potential to earn up to 25% off of this product. Now, let's get into the pack a little bit. So you want to first detoxify your blood cells, right? And so the flat belly bitters is going to do that for you. And it's a powerful tool, quick 4-day detox, primarily due to its impact on digestion and liver function. So for those who cleanse regularly, right? If we have a bad weekend where we cheated and lived it up, we'll take a bitters, right? We'll take a bitters, get that out the system real quick, right? Because we don't want to start getting So here's how it works. It's going to boost the digestion by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes, bile, and stomach acid. Essential. Then it's going to regulate your appetite and reduce cravings for unhealthy foods. Then it also supports the liver detoxification by filtering out toxins from the blood. It's going to eliminate the fat soluble toxins through the digestive system, alkalize the body, and reduce inflammation. And it's going to improve that microbiome, that gut, by promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria and preventing harmful bacteria. You might be saying, all that in one. Absolutely. And it's going to be yours in that package number one. Now, let's get into the fuel. The fuel, the world's first, created right here at Akana, right? And so we're so very proud of this because it targets the five key problems that we were talking about. So it's great for the all blood types, right? It is loaded with antioxidant protection, omega fatty acids, especially omega 3s. It focuses on health by having loads of prebiotics, probiotics, and fiber. And guess what? It eliminates those nasty parasites. And you're going to get a sample of that in that package number one. Now, you might be saying, I'm dealing with some issues that might need a little bit more than a 4-day bitters. Okay, we got you. We got you. Right. Option number two may be personalized wellness plan for your blood type. So we have a 7-day refresh. Now, this is where I started because I found out that I had clogged arteries around my heart and all kind of other issues, right? And so I tried out the 7-day. Now, this nutrient pack program helps cleanse the digestive system, boost energy, and shed up to 10 pounds, leaving you feeling lighter and revitalized. Now, for me, I lost 13 pounds in 7 days. My migraine headaches that I was having every day were gone by the third day. All right. I saw significant improvement and I felt absolutely amazing. And so in this kit, you have the purifier, which is the liquid colonic plus a full body cleanse, not just the gut. Then eliminator, which removes the parasites and reduces mucus. And then after we've gotten all that out, right, then we got the regenerator, right? We're going to fuel you back up. We're going to restore the body, superfoods, fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics, right? And guess what? You got some extra goodies in this pack here because you get a QR code, right? That you can download to personalize your blood type 21-day regimen, or you can use the neutral meal plan included in the kit, whichever works best for you. Now, on the right hand side, you see this lovely lady on day one. She maybe twins, maybe about 5 months, but on day 7 she let it all out. She dropped 10 pounds of waste in just 7 days. And again, I lost 13. We're talking about $119. I know people who've tried to lose 10 pounds in 30 days, right? Let alone 7, right? And so don't forget the discount. So grab that 7. Now, after I took the 7, I was like, hey, I'm on a roll. Let's go for the 21 day, right? Let's go for the 21 day. So I did the 21 day. I lost 28 pounds in 21 days. You think I felt amazing? Absolutely. I'm still kicking and running, right? So this program helps detoxify your body, restores the balance, and promotes significant weight loss of 8 to 25 pounds while building a foundation for lasting health. So that's the same thing that's in the 7, but it lasts for 21 days. And Billy, bless his heart, on day 1, we see what it is. You see what it is on day 21, right? 30 pounds he dropped of waste, right? Of waste. And so that is $279, of course, 20 to 25% off, depending on where you fit in. I'm just saying, get in where you fit in, right? Right? What are you going to do? What are you going to do, right? Tanisha, 15 pounds down. This young lady in 21 days, clearly we see the results. some more of our entrepreneurs in 21-day results. Just absolutely amazing. They're feeling amazing, doing amazing. And Yvette did so amazing that she wrote a book. My guide to your 100-day journey to a better health. And that's what this is about. It's about making changes in your life and then turning around and make a difference in your family and in your community. In fact, Davis at 64 years old, and that's her in the blue bikini, right? Can 64 wear, right? She says ageless health starts with your blood type. Switching to foods tailored to my blood type helped me lose belly fat, improve my digestion, and achieve fourth place in a bikini contest at 63 years young. And so we definitely have the solutions when it comes to resetting and bringing that body back into balance. But you may have some more goals after you get done getting cleaned out. You might say, hey, you know what? I really want to get aggressive with my weight loss. Well, guess what? We got something to get aggressive with you, but it's all natural, all organic, and it's called the hemp Govy. See, we encourage you to ditch the injectables, right? Drink your way slim. Hemp Govy is the shot that's definitely worth taking. And our line of drinkables allow you to ditch those injectables and drink your way to a slimmer waist and a flatter tummy. And so that hemp Govy is a game changer when you look at all the people that's lining up and taking products that are causing all kind of side effects. So this hemp Govy is a changer because it's packed with powerful plant-based ingredients. And hemp Govy works synergistically to target areas of weight management while promoting overall wellness. So the key benefits are going to be this. It burns fat naturally, and you a screenshot. Burns fat naturally, boosts metabolism, appetite, support digestive health, and promotes overall balance. Are you looking to lose some weight, or do you know someone that may need to lose some weight? Take a snapshot for all my researchers because these eight key ingredients are making it happen, okay? Take a snapshot. For sake of time, I won't be able to go into them, but we want you to know that it's also time to elevate, right? And so in the beginning, I believe I let you know that Akana is a CBD wellness company. Uh, and we have CBD products, and we formulate our proprietary blends of herbs and botanicals to elevate your well-being. And so we're here to bring some education, to correct the miseducation about CBD. See, CBD is a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp plants. Out of more than 85 different cannabinoids, it is the second most common next to Delta 9, THC. And unlike THC, CBD is non-psychotropic. And then we have THCA. Then THCA is a compound that naturally occurs in the industrial hemp plant. And out of more than 100 different cannabinoids, THCA is a non-psychoactive precursor to THC found in raw cannabis, the flower. Now, when heated, whether that's through smoking, vaping, or cooking, THCA converts to THC, meaning that A drops off, and now you have the psychoactive compound. Why am I sharing that with you? Because we have what's recently been discovered as an endocannabinoid system, a very vital system, right? And so researchers have found that cannabis can be considered a holistic solution. Why? Because unlike pharmaceuticals that often target single symptoms, cannabinoids interact with the entire endocannabinoid system to provide systemic benefits, offering a more natural approach to health and wellness. And simply put, it brings the body back into balance. So when we're talking about cleansing, right, and dealing with bringing your body back into balance, you may need to combine cannabis to your blood type diet. Cannabis reduces inflammation, helps manage stress, and improves digestion. So if you're blood type A, who deals with lower stomach acid, higher stress, and susceptibility to heart disease, or blood type B, whose susceptibility to autoimmune conditions and nervous system disorders, or blood type O, who suffers with higher risk of inflammatory conditions, arthritis, and over acidity, or blood type AB like me, who is has a sensitivity to digestive and immune stressors. We want you to know by leveraging the properties of CBD and cannabis alongside the blood type diet, individuals may achieve a more balanced, harmonious approach to wellness tailored to their unique biological predisposition. Now, I don't know what it is that you need, right? But what I do know is we have certified wellness coaches that are qualified to speak to your situation and help guide you through to bring your body back into balance. So when we're talking about cannabis, we have this amazing product called Diamond Star, which is a full spectrum hemp flower. And so this raw THCA aligns with plant-based diets, offering a therapeutic benefits without the high, similar to juicing cannabis leaves or flowers. So it's particularly strong benefits with these conditions: arthritis, autoimmune disorder, anti-inflammatory, neuroprotective, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, and cancer. You may need to try out the flower, right? And so we have over 70 plus products. Of course, we don't have time to share all the products with you, but I'll let you know this. If you're a coffee lover, you need to put our Energy Coffee, purely plant coffee in your cart, right? Because it's just absolutely amazing. Essential oils. I absolutely love our peppermint oil and our eucalyptus oil. Oh my goodness. I take it with me everywhere I go. And our pain cream, number one seller, amazing. If you're in pain, that topical cream is just absolutely gotta get it. It's a must have. And if you are experiencing hair or baldness, we have an amazing hair care line of products that would, I'm sure, work just for you. And then last but not least, we have some very seasonings that are infused into your dishes in the kitchen. So make sure you try out all of those. Now, I want to talk about our comprehensive health test. You'll hear us say bioscan. See, when I talked about I was in a health crisis, we found that out because I had a bioscan. One of the certified wellness coaches did a bioscan for me. And when she did my bioscan, saw just where I was okay at, and we saw where I was not okay. So I like to call this test a health GPS. It identifies where you are, right? And then you work with your certified wellness coach to figure out where you want to be and how to get there. And this bioscan will help you do that. Now, I don't know how you put a value on something as precious as that, but they valued it at $1,000. Now, say you don't want to purchase any of our products, but you want to take advantage of that scan. Well, we have a special for $189. You can do so. But listen, we're so convinced that you would be blessed by our amazing products that our CEO put a special on the table that when you enroll in one of our auto ships, you can add the comprehensive test for just a $50 upgrade. So I definitely want you to take a moment and do that. Now, I am going to open up the lines because I did promise that we'd hear from someone to give an actual testimony, right? And so if there's someone who can come off mute with a 1 minute testimony, I just want to open up the lines for you to do so. Let me see. All right. I just pressed the button so you can come off mute if you desire to share a testimony. Anyone? And while I keep going, just interrupt me. What my question to you is, what health legacy will you create and pass on to future generations?
Hi,
That's my question
this is
to you. If you
Anna.
have not cleansed, if you have health issues or health goals, right? What will you pass on for future generations? Because food that heals one can harm another. Now, do I have a testimony? Anybody that's been using
Hi,
the
this is
products?
Anna.
Yes. Who am
This
I
is
speaking with?
Anna.
Hi, Anna. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. Could you please share what product you're using or have used and how it's worked for you?
I use them all. Everything works for me. The
Okay.
first time that I did a 21-day cleanse, I was able to come off high blood pressure medication that I had been on for over 30 years.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I have not had to go, I haven't looked back.
Congratulations. So how do you feel?
I feel great.
Good, good. So what did you do? You did the 21-day cleanse?
I did the 21-day cleanse. I was also using the hemp 300.
Okay,
And
okay.
just watching even after the 21-day cleanse, I continued to take care of myself. I'm 74 years young, so I want to continue being healthy.
Wow. 74 sounding like 25, but that's what the products will do for you. Thank you so much for sharing. I got time for one more testimony. Anybody else?
Kayaetta, this is Crystal. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, Crystal. How you
I'm
doing?
good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I just want to give a quick testimony about when CBD found me. I definitely am a product of the products. I've done couple of 21 days and all of that, but I
Mhm.
want to share this. Any women that are going through menopause or premenopause, perimenopause, whatever, hot flashes, night sweats, personal summers, whatever you want to call it. I was definitely going through that because I had to have a emergency hysterectomy, and then I went bam right into menopause. They didn't tell me that I was going to go bam right into menopause, so I figured it out. And 6 years ago when we first started, like I said, CBD found me, and I wanted to share that hemp MD just works wonders for the menopausal symptoms. And for me, it worked immediately. Within 2 days, I wasn't having the night sweats. I was able to sleep. The confusion and fogginess was gone.
Yeah.
And so I definitely take hemp MD every day. But it really, really did help with the menopause symptoms. And if there are any women on the line going through any of that, cut out chocolate, alcohol, and sugar, or at least cut back, because all three of those contribute to the menopause symptoms that we struggle with. So that's it. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. You heard it, you all, from Crystal Robinson, one of the top leaders in the company, and she is an amazing certified wellness coach. Thank you for sharing that. All right, all right, all right. So, as I get ready to close out, there's a third option on the table. If you're saying to yourself, I've heard this before, but not quite like this, or nobody ever sat down and talked to me about my blood type, right? If you've experienced pro you saw the difference, and you're saying, you know what we're doing for our family and for our community is amazing. We want you to consider becoming more on board with us as a wellness influencer or a certified coach. Why? Because you get to transform your health and earn income at the same time. I see I'm a certified wellness coach with Akana, and I am so just amazed at the unlimited opportunities that we have to not only better our health, but to help others and create additional streams of income. So you gain access to all of the products you need to elevate your health while earning 20 to 40% commission on all retail purchases made through your very own site, right? And so when we look at Stormy Steele, who was the first TikTok streamer, right? She sold over $1 million in one session of beauty products, and Lee sold 1.7 billion in sales in 12 hours selling lipstick. So, do you think we need some influencers, right, in the wellness community? Absolutely. Because can you imagine if we were helping a million people get better so that they can have a longer time to live and enjoy their family and their life? Well, let's look at our packages. See, the wellness influencer package just $3.99. Although it's over $1,000 worth of value in this pack, you get a 21-day reset, a flat belly bitters tea, you get fuel, you get pain cream, you get your own website, you get social media one-on-one, you get a kind of certification. That training is amazing. And you also get paid as Pearl for 3 months. Now you'll get back to the person that invited you for a deeper detail with the compensation, but it's absolutely amazing. And what I love about this is it allows you to build multiple streams of income, include consultations, workshops, and programs, and it positions a lasting legacy and impact on your community and be. Now you might want a little bit more, a little bit deeper and be a certified wellness coach pack. Now man, that $14.99 is the cost, but it's over $3,000 in value. So you could just take a snapshot of that. It's loaded with all kind of products, right? Whether you use them for yourself or sell them, right? Along with a basic wellness coaching and blood type testing training and all the tools that you need to be successful with us. And so whether it's the wellness influencer or the certified coach, we want you to know that it's a game changer. See, influencers hold the power to shape brand perception, drive massive sales, and create personal connections with audiences. And those who ignore this trend risk falling behind in a rapidly evolving digital economy. And the influencer economy isn't just a trend, ladies and gentlemen, it's the future of marketing. So time is now, right? The influencer business is booming, and viral trends like TikTok made me buy it have reshaped consumer behavior, driving millions in product sales. And the influencer market is currently at 33 billion globally, projected to reach 107, 190 billion by 2030. My only question is, how much of those billions of dollars are you going to secure into your generational wealth legacy, right? So the time is now. So the fourth solution, right, after you decide what it is going to be, one, two, or three, right, we want you to make that decision to transform your diet and dramatically improve your health. Make that decision. Sit down with your certified wellness coach and put that plan together. Let us help you run across that finish line. And then last but not least, we want you to break the cycle of generational. Partner with us, share the gift of health by inspiring others to create generational health with your success story. Support your family's unique health journey, right? Because you're the one. You're the one. So just a quick recap. Option number one, blood type support kit, 1 or 2. Whether it's the 7-day or the 21-day, a more personalized plan, or a wellness influencer or a certified coach, we want you to in whatever capacity your heart desires. Why? Because our goal is to empower over 1 million families to improve their health and wealth. There are 6 areas in the world where people eat far less animal meat and live longer than average, and it's not in our community. So Akana is dead set committed to creating the first blue zone right here in our community. And think about it. If you help us help 1.5% of the people in the United States, that's 5 million people. And at $50, if they purchase just a $50 pack, that generates 250 million in sales coming back into our community. And 80% of the people, if 80% of the people reject you, we still impact 1 million people. And for my business owners, I want you to think about this. My business minded people, my wealth generational thinking people, the first 100K to 150,000 involved in the business will earn up to 80% of the wealth of the company. And Harvard Business School selected a company at least 18 months old. 90% of the companies fail their first 18 months. And according to Harvard Business School, if a company has less than 500,000 people in it, it is a great opportunity. If it's less than 100,000 people, it is an opportunity of a lifetime. Why am I sharing these details at the end with you? Because Akana is celebrating their 6th year anniversary this year, right? So we have just scratched the surface in spite of all the great success that we have had. There is so much room for you to go. So this is the opportunity of a lifetime. This concludes this presentation. I definitely want to encourage you to invite the person who you know, love, and care about. I hope you wrote some names down. Invite them back on this call on Thursday at 6 p.m. Invite them down to the headquarters on Wednesday at 1 p.m. at the Wellness Lounge. That address is 411 East 35th Street. And then we're back on this same Zoom call on Saturday at 10 a.m. and then Sunday again at 5. I want to thank you so much for being patient with me and apologize for those technical difficulties, but I hope that you have a great Akana day. All right. Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Great job, Kai.
Thank you. Thank you for the testimonies.